everyone, and welcome to my channel. This is Tarot by Melissa, and today's video is going to be answering the question, how should you prepare for 2023? So this was a topic that was requested by one of my subscribers, so thank you so much for such an interesting topic request. What I'm going to be looking at in this video is the current energy that you're sitting in right now as we get ready to head into the new year 2023. We're going to look at the overall energy of your situation right now, get some clarification for you on what intentions you may need to set based off what's ahead for you this year, look at anything that needs to potentially be released, and of course, as always, some guidance, advice, and messages for hope and inspiration as we move into 2023. Let's go ahead and get into some disclaimers. So just keep in mind, everyone, this is a general reading, so some of the messages may resonate quite specifically to you in your situation. Other messages may not. So as I always say, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. Please don't force something to fit that doesn't seem like it fits your situation. If you did want to book a personal reading, all the details on how you could do so will be linked in the description box down below. All right, let's go ahead and get into our pile selection. So we're working with 3 piles for today's video. For pile number 1, we have this black Moonstone. For pile 2, we have this Smoky Quartz. And for pile 3, we have this Amethyst. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath. Think about the year ahead, how to prepare. Go ahead and select the crystal or pile you feel the most intuitively connected to. And once you've made your choice, scroll down to the description box to locate the timestamp that will take you to your pile selection. See you there? Hey pile 1, if you guys picked out the black Moonstone crystal, this is going to be a reading. We're looking at how you can prepare for this upcoming year ahead, 2023. We're going to start by kind of taking a look at your current position, sort of the overall energies that you're working with right now, and then we're going to move into some guidance and advice around what you can do as far as setting intentions for the new year and what needs to be released. So let's go ahead and start us off with some oracle cards. So for you guys, we have, looking at the bigger picture, we have commitment. I think I'm going to actually pull them all out at once. We have the iceberg and the lotus flower. This is so beautiful. Let's move this over here. Okay. Okay, so what is your situation, you guys? This looks exciting for your year ahead. We're going to do another year ahead reading. I think it'll be uploaded next week. But in that reading, we'll get a little more info about what's ahead. I'm feeling like I'm getting a little teaspoon of that for you, pile 1. But again, this is about how to prepare for the year ahead. So what I'm feeling right now with this iceberg energy is that you guys are coming out of this year of 2022 maybe having done a lot of deep introspective work, okay, on yourself, or maybe you have been really deeply submerged, as this card notes, within a particular situation in your life. And I'm honestly feeling a lot of kind of icy, clearly it's an iceberg, right? Stating the obvious, but there's some icy energy with this card. Like there's this energy that I feel of being secluded or spending a lot of time in solitude, or just maybe having gone through a proverbial winter season in your life where things haven't been as exciting or as passionate, or maybe you've just needed a little bit of a resting period this year, which is totally normal. You know, life is ebbs and flows. Maybe some of you guys had a tough time this year with some certain things in your life. And so this cooling down, this resting period may have been really important for you. You know, iceberg energy, it's about going deep. You know, when you think of an iceberg, you can only see a little bit of it at the tip, right? That's kind of emerging from the water, but there's like this whole gigantic piece of ice that's hidden underneath that you cannot even see. And so I feel like a lot of you guys are coming into 2023 already, again, having done the inner work or having examined something very deeply and introspectively and closely. I'm getting Scorpio energy here. Like maybe there's been some transformational energy at play for you in 2022. And I think as we're closing out this year and moving into the new year, you guys are now being guided to sort of take that focus off of being within or submerged or to yourself and now expand it really, really big. Because full moon in Sagittarius energy, the sign of Sagittarius is about exploration. Full moon in Sag being about looking at the bigger picture. So now we're coming out of this time of seclusion and zooming the lens out, really looking at our situation, looking at our life, and really being guided to explore. Sagittarius also being a fire sign, this is going to be about infusing a lot more passion and fun and excitement into your life and dipping your toe into different things and trying new things out. I feel like for some of you that picked pile 1, there may be a lot of upcoming travel or trips coming down the pipeline for you in 2023. You may be even just being guided right now to take a trip, take a vacation, do something like that. But I'm strongly feeling, even if it's not about physical travel for a lot of you, there is a need to get out of a comfort zone. There is a need to put yourselves back out there, so to speak. Put yourself into new and different spaces. I feel like through doing this, you all are headed through this exploration energy, there are really beautiful opportunities being presented for you to have commitment in your life. Commitment energy, in this case, in the way the card is depicted, it does sort of look more like romantic commitment, right? It's like, this is almost like your hand, and then there's this hand coming here that's like, you can barely see it, but it's there. just within reach, there is commitment for you if this is something that you've been wanting in love. But I feel like you guys need to put yourselves out there and get back out there in a new and different way in order to allow this to unfold in your life, okay? I also think too, for a lot of you guys, as you head into 2023, you're really being guided to think about your commitments in your life, whether it be romantic, friendships, committing to plans, commitments with a job, anything that you are committing to. I feel you're being guided to look at the bigger picture, okay, and really evaluate whether or not it's a vibrational match. You've already done the inner work to really understand yourselves on a deep level, right? And so now that you have that understanding, I do think that one way you guys need to prepare for 2023 is by making sure that whatever you're committing to really fits into the bigger picture of your life, really the bigger picture why, so what is your why? Why are you committing to this job? Why are you committing to this friendship? Why are you committing to these plans, right? What does it really serve for you ultimately at the end of the day? But I definitely see that commitment is highly possible for those of you that are wanting love in your life. It just feels like you need to shake things up a little bit. And this is something too that cannot be forced. I feel like for a lot of you all with this lotus flower coming up, talking about enfoldment, this card really speaks to sort of us naturally progressing on our divinely guided spiritual path in life. Not forcing anything, not needing to control anything, just allowing things to happen for us, allowing things to unfold as they will. Lotuses are also sort of this, I don't know if submersive is the right word, but it's kind of similar to the iceberg where there's a whole system underneath of this flower that's underneath the water. And I think it's just another symbolism here that you all have done a lot of inner work and now it's time to bloom. It's time to let your light shine. So let's take a look. Let's get a little bit more information about this situation that's being presented here for pile number 1. I think we are going to do reversals for pile 1. Let's see. Tell us more about this situation, please. Tell us more about the situation, please. All right. right, we have a Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So it almost feels like there's been this slowness within your life this year, or at least in this current season within 2022, right? This is sort of like maybe things have been feeling slow or stagnant, or maybe you guys have been feeling like you're down on your luck or something like that with the Wheel of Fortune. You know, the wheel is kind of this tricky energy because it can swing up, and we are having a great, you know, in the upright, this is like great luck and blessings and, you know, things just kind of falling into our lap. But in reverse, sometimes it can feel like, oh, this is like a rock bottom sort of vibe. So it definitely is giving this energy of like, you know, things having slowed down in your life. Or maybe things having not gone the way that you planned. But the beautiful thing about the wheel reverse is that it can only go up from here. So let's see what intentions you all are guided to set at this time as we head into 2023. 3 of Wands, more travel energy. What needs to be released for pile 1 as we head into 2023? Eight of Cups. Yeah. So it's time to start making plans, you guys. It's time to start expanding. It's time to start really looking ahead and making some solid, tangible plans for what it is that you want to do for yourself. This card of the 3 of Wands, just like this full moon in Sag, is giving expansive energy. It's giving like Jupiter energy. It's all about looking at the bigger picture and looking not only at what we want to do next week, but what do we want to do maybe 3 months from now, 6 months from now? Where do we want to be? Coming up with a plan and holding yourself accountable to actually executing the plan so that you can be able to go after some of the goals and aspirations that you have. I think that maybe setting some intentions to travel, setting some intentions about how you want to have more fun in your life, setting intentions about what you want to commit to in your life is going to be really important for you at this time. With the 8 of Cups being here, this is in the release energy. So this is what you need to let go of. And what I'm feeling with this 8 of Cups is that it's going to be really important for you guys to let go of anything that is no longer emotionally fulfilling to you. So kind of going back to these commitments up here, really looking at the commitments that you have in your life right now. Relationships, friendships, romantic connections, looking at commitments you have with your work, you know, commitments you have in terms of plans in your life, and really thinking big picture. Are these things really aligned with me on an emotional level? And if the answer is no, it is time to release them and let them go. So if anyone out there has been thinking about letting go of something or someone, I feel like this is confirmation that it's okay to do so. Because, you know, the 8 of Cups is exploratory energy again, just like full moon in Sag, right? This is about exploring greener pastures because we know that there is something that's better out there for us. And whatever the situation is that you all have been in, I feel like it's got you stuck in a rut in a sense. So let's close it out with just a few of these angel cards. So what other guidance or messages do we have for pile 1 as they prepare for 2023? We have you're ready. Yes, you're ready to make some changes. You're ready to get back out there. You've done the work. You have the awareness. Let's see what else. We have yes. Yes, so get out there. Yes, the answer is yes. Whatever plans that you have, whatever's on your mind, whatever you're questioning, the answer is yes. One more. We have choose a new direction. This is beautiful energy with perfect timing at the bottom. This is the perfect time for you guys to choose a new path and leave behind the things that are no longer serving you. I feel like these cards are kind of telling you the same thing. And walking away from the comfortable and familiar can definitely be intimidating. It can be scary, but I feel like there's a whole new world unfolding before you if you're able to do it. Your year ahead, I feel, is going to be very promising. And these are just a few things, again, to kind of help you keep in mind as you prepare for the new year. So Group 1, I think we will go ahead and end the reading here, but I would love to hear from you in the comments. What are your plans for 2023? What aspects of this message resonate with those plans? Let me know. If you're not already, please do subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so that you will be notified when I upload the next video, and I will see you there. Bye. Hey Pile 2, if you guys picked out this Smoky Quartz, this is going to be your reading. So we're looking into how you can prepare for the new year for 2023. So we're going to start by looking at some pre-shuffled oracles to get a sense of sort of like your overall energy within your current situation. Then we're going to move into some guidance, what intentions you need to set for 2023, and anything that needs to be released. So let's go ahead and get started. So we have the full moon in Capricorn. We have education. We have solitude, island. Ooh, and we have tsunami, wake up call. Okay. So it definitely seems like my Pile 2s have been dealing with some maybe like kind of rough or intense energy. So here's what's up. Here's what I feel. I feel like coming into this reading, this group is really looking for sort of like their oasis or their calm, their peace, okay? You guys have a lot of rocky energy presenting here. And with this island card of solitude, it's like I'm really being drawn to this. See how it's kind of like a dark, this is sort of like a dark, stormy night in a way. But there's like this beautiful light being shown on this green, lush island here. And so I feel like there is this desire for things to feel calm again in your life, that you all are seeking solitude. You're seeking more balance in your life as we head into the 2023 new year. For some of you guys, maybe you've already taken steps coming to this reading to find some peace in your life or distance yourself from things that are frustrating you at this time. With the full moon in Capricorn, this is saying the end of a tough cycle approaches. So there's definitely a situation here that's sort of at its peak point. That's hopefully on the verge of closing itself out. But it feels more like it's at its peak. You know, this is a tough energy. It feels like an energy of just something that's been a struggle. And Capricorn talks about themes around like work or career. It talks about the level of ambition that we have for something. For some of you guys, I feel like this has to do with your work-life balance. If this is a career situation, I'm feeling like some of you guys have been putting a lot of effort and investment into work and maybe not as much investment into life, okay? Like there's definitely a desire, I feel, for balance between certain areas of life here, especially if it's to do with work. So I feel like with whatever this situation is that you guys have been faced with, whatever the tough cycle is that you've been struggling with, going into the new year, there's a need to start looking at this or looking for the teachable moments within this situation. Either for some of you, you may be guided to actually get some additional education around what it is that you're dealing with. You know, whether that's like going back to school, taking a class, or maybe just partnering with someone who's an expert. Or it's more spiritual of like looking at it from the bigger picture and looking at what you can learn. How can you be more teachable within this environment and this energy? This card is interesting too because like it also kind of shows her, she's like on an island. Maybe you guys are feeling very isolated and alone right now too. There's a lot of island energy. There's a lot of water energy here that I'm seeing. I think it's interesting when I'm looking at this card because it's like she's looking in this book and there's like this little magical fairy or something coming out. It almost looks like Tinkerbell. It's hard to tell. Sometimes though, even the books can't teach you something. Like you can learn so much from books. A lot of learning that really sticks with us is going to come from experience, right? And so whatever the experience is, if you guys have really done your due diligence and you've done the research and you've asked for help, you've tried to learn, this might be a message to sort of open yourself up to learning the lesson through experience, or identifying, again, the lesson through experience. And I think you guys have been getting for a while that like whatever the situation is for you is no longer working, because tsunami, this is like a very scary card, of course, to see. No one wants to see that. But the truth is that we typically know when a tsunami is coming because there are some signs that you can see literally in nature when something like this is about to happen. You start to see, the shoreline receding, right? Getting further and further away, pulling back in a way that's not normal for the tide to do, right? There may also be like an earthquake that leads to a tsunami. So I think that it's important for you guys to make sure that going into 2023 that you're not ignoring the red flags. You're not ignoring the signs that something about this situation is not working for you anymore. And opening yourself up to learning about either how you can remove yourself from it and find your peace, or maybe tapping into your ambitious side. If this is something you're really wanting to stick out, tapping into your ambitious side and figuring out how you can be more teachable within this situation. Okay? Because I feel like if you guys don't do that, this card is saying that this energy is not sustainable anymore. All right? So let's get a clarifying card. So tell us a little bit more about the situation for pile 2, please. What's the situation for pile 2, please? The High Priestess. What intentions should pile 2 set going into 2023 with regard to this situation? Okay, beautiful. And what needs to be released from this situation as pile 2 prepares for 2023? The Sun reverse. Okay. We're going to get a few more cards, but let's get into these for a moment. The situation with the High Priestess is telling me that you all actually have, I think, more knowledge about how to navigate this than you realize. And I feel like it's probably like annoying because I feel like every tarot reader says this with the High Priestess, but what I'm getting from this is you need to listen to your intuition. I think that this group has already been getting intuitive nudges and hints and red flags that something about the circumstances you're in feel off. Okay? Something about the situation just doesn't feel right. And maybe you've been leaning back and like observing for a little while, not really pushing one way or another, so that you can kind of gather the proper information that you need so that you know how to act. But I feel like the intention that's being guided to be set here is focused on this beautiful, happy energy of the 10 of Cups, like work-life balance. Whatever is stressing you out in your life, if it's something that you can't walk away from right now, there does need to be an intention set to achieve better balance in your life, because this is not tough energy. This is beautiful, happy energy. This is the energy of spending time with loved ones, with family, okay, friends. This is the energy of bringing more joy into your life. So I feel like for this group, going into 2023, you're being guided to set some intentions around how can you spend more time and connect with your loved ones? How can you infuse more joy and happiness into your life? And with the Sun reverse, I feel what's needing to be released here is any sort of pessimism, negativity, or focusing on the negative. And I know sometimes that can be much easier said than done, right? Because some situations are crappy. There's just no other way to slice that, right? Sun reverse kind of talks about when we're in that more pessimistic mindset versus optimistic, or maybe when we're feeling a little down or depressed, right? And those are tough energies to move through. It's not like you can just like snap your fingers and just release it, right? I totally get that. I think something that might help you guys is to focus more on the joy, focusing more on the things that you do have in your life that do bring you joy versus focusing so much on anything that's bringing you stress or sadness, or feeling tough. Because I feel like with this 10 of Cups, there is this energy all around you. It's just about shifting your mindset, shifting your focus onto it. And one really interesting piece of advice that's been given to me, like when I've been in energies in the past where like it was hard for me to be optimistic for whatever reason, is like you can always, if you try, find something to appreciate in your life or find something to have gratitude about. Even if like you feel like nothing is going your way, just thinking about, okay, like, well, let me go outside. Let me be grateful for this flower or this bird that's singing or something like that. And it's really magical. Like whenever you're able to kind of intentionally focus on those things and on gratitude, it actually helps you to feel a lot better, more than you would realize, I think, if you haven't tried it. So let's close this out with a few more messages for pile 2. Some messages of hope, inspiration, joy. What else should they know as they prepare for 2023? Let's see. We have forgiveness. So there's a need to let go of something. And forgiveness, as I always say, it's not about excusing anyone else's bad behavior. It's about releasing yourself from something. You forgive for you. Let's see what else. We have no. Yeah, I mean, I think this is further confirmation that something in your situation right now is not working and it cannot continue to go on this way. It's not sustainable. We have opportunity. This is so beautiful. Oh my gosh. Look for a sign. See, kind of like High Priestess, the tsunami. You guys are getting intuitive nudges that this situation that you're in is not the right fit for you. So just really lean back and listen to your intuition. Look for the signs and trust. If you feel like something is a sign for you, it probably is. So trust that. I feel like there is a whole world of opportunity opening up for you as you guys move into 2023. I'm seeing a lot of financial abundance here in this card as well. You see how it's just like raining down on her? But you notice in this card how her arms are open, wide, and just like ready to receive at the heart space, right? And when we're in this energy of the sun reversed, or even like this energy, the High Priestess, she's kind of closed off, right? She's kind of protecting herself. It can be hard to receive or see the opportunities that are right in front of us. So I really think for this group, shifting more into that gratitude energy is going to help you to open up your heart a little bit more to the blessings and opportunities that are all around you that you just may not be aware of right now because the situation you're in is very tough. Okay. So pile 2, I would love to hear from you in the comments what you guys have planned for 2023 and how you feel like these messages may resonate with those plans. So drop me a comment below. Let me know. If you're not already, please do subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so that you will be updated when I upload new videos. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye. Hey, pile 3, if you guys picked out this amethyst crystal, this is going to be your reading. We're looking into how can you prepare for the new year, 2023. We're going to kick things off by looking kind of at the overall energy of your situation as we end 2022. And then we will get into some guidance, advice, what intentions you need to set, what needs to be released, all of the things. So starting us off for pile 3, we have the full moon in Leo. Don't let pride get in your way. Okay, we have slow and steady, forest, which talks about breath. And the stone people, vigilance. Ugh, all these cards are so beautiful. I love this deck right here. Okay. Okay. So for pile 3, I feel like maybe the situation right now is some of you guys have been putting a little bit of pressure on yourselves to be at a certain place in your life or have achieved something, maybe achieved some level of success or accolades or recognition. Like there's this energy of maybe you've been rushing yourself here with this full moon in Leo. Leo being very fiery energy, the full moon being all about kind of emotions being at their peak point. I do feel like a lot of you guys at this time may be in a situation where, in fact, a lot of people do have eyes on you. Maybe you guys have been like kind of putting yourselves out there, exploring your creative side. Maybe some of you have been stepping into more leadership roles in various aspects of your life, whether it's, getting on social media and having a following, or becoming a leader in the workplace or with your family, whatever it is, I definitely see that you are turning heads and people are 100% noticing you. I also think for some of you, this full moon in Leo is signifying the confidence. Maybe this year has also been very much about building confidence in yourself, to kind of get to this place where you're now, in front of people and people are noticing you, and that's beautiful energy. But the overwhelming message that I'm getting from the rest of your cards is about sort of slowing things down and allowing yourself to really enjoy and live in the moment. Not allowing your own, expectations, maybe unrealistic expectations of yourself, not allowing others' expectations of you or your ego and pride to make you feel like you need to rush to be at a certain place before you're really ready to get there, okay? This Forest card is so beautiful. Some of you guys, I feel like your heart space is being activated right now as well. Like you're learning some sort of a lesson about the heart, your emotions, the way that you feel, your vulnerability with others. And this Forest energy talks all about breathing in, right? It's talking about breath. So like, maybe some of you have been putting pressure on yourselves or feeling some anxiety around whatever this situation is that you're in right now. And this card is really talking about the need to kind of slow it down, take deep breaths, and just really savor the moment. Okay? Maybe even for this group, taking a moment to go outside. I know where I live, it's cold right now, so that may not be the case for everybody, but get yourself into a peaceful space where there's not a lot of noise and just listen to your breath and ask yourself, how are you breathing? Is your breathing shallow or is your breathing slow and steady? Because the slow and steady breathing is going to help you relax a little bit more. Whereas the fast-paced breathing, the shallow breathing, is sort of subconsciously prepping you for like fight or flight, if that makes sense. I know that's like, we're really going around in circles right now, but hopefully you guys get what I mean. There's a need to slow it down with this slow and steady and really savor the moment that you're in right now. And with this Stone People card, this is about vigilance. I think if some of you guys have been, like, I feel for some of you, maybe what's causing some of this anxiety could be other people's expectations of you, right? Because the full moon in Leo talks about like, sometimes having to find the balance between like what we want for ourselves versus what other people's need or want from us. And maybe this is what's been causing you guys to feel like you need to go, or what's been making you guys feel rushed in certain aspects. Either way, there's definitely like anxious energy here with the breath and the vigilance card. This card is talking about going into 2023 with awareness. Not about paranoia, not about anxiety and stress, but more so of this awareness, really noticing people, places, opportunities that are being presented to you, and remaining very steady and strong. Almost like an energy of sturdiness, right? Not allowing things to influence us one way or the other emotionally, because we're in a very steady, vigilant place. We're slowing down, and slowing down also allows you to be more vigilant. It allows you to see things much more clearly than if we're in a rush. So let's get a little more information for pile number 3 about this particular situation. So let's go ahead and see for pile number 3. Tell us more about this situation, please. What else does pile 3 need to know about their current situation? We have the Magician. What intention should pile 3 focus on setting as they head into 2023? Ooh, the Death card. And what needs to be released as we head into 2023? The Moon in reverse. Anxiety. Yeah. So I feel like this is a situation, again, with this full moon in Leo. I feel like you guys are either in the spotlight currently with a lot of eyes on you, people are noticing you, or this is about you trying to manifest more with the current position that you're in. You know, magician energy is about having the tools, the skills, the knowledge, the abilities to create what we desire for our lives, to manifest what we desire for our lives. And so I see this as you going into 2023 actually being in a very empowered position, because this is showing that you do have all of the capabilities that you need to create whatever it is that you are ultimately desiring for yourself. I do think that there's a need to set some intentions around letting go of the past, really setting some intentions for deep, honest transformation in your life. This is Scorpio energy. And this may also be the reason why you all have been being guided right now to kind of slow down and really stop and smell the roses in your life. Enjoy the moment, be in the present moment a little bit more. Because yes, death is future oriented, right? It is about transformation. It's about letting go of the old so that you can transition into something new, a new beginning. But it's also about doing the deep introspective work of Scorpio and going within and identifying for yourself, okay, how do I transform this situation in a way that's very authentic to me and that's in alignment with who I am and what I desire in my life, right? This card of death is also about slow change. You know, I can tell you guys this card for me showed up when in my career readings for myself for about 2 years. And it was showing up because I was getting laid off from a job ultimately. And it was an ongoing thing. Like for 2 years, we knew that we were getting laid off at my last job. So that's what I mean when I say slow change. And that was that situation, right? It was like, the change was coming. It was impending. Throughout the 2 years before the layoff, things in my job changed a lot. It was like a slow death. It was a slow change until ultimately the end came, which I didn't end up getting laid off because I got a new job. But hopefully that illustrates what I mean. Like you guys, I think with your personal situation here, need to set intentions for slow change. You can't force it to happen overnight. You do have the tools. You do have the skill set. You do have the personality even to create what you want. And it needs to be sustainable. So you need to take your time. What needs to be released with the moon in reverse is any fears or anxieties. And that's coming through so strong with the Forest card and the Stone People card. You know, the moon is sometimes when we're also not listening, especially in reverse. This card also sort of talks about when we're not really listening to our intuition. We're ignoring the signs. I'm also getting a message about not being grounded. Okay. Listening to your intuition is going to help you to navigate forward in the most authentic way as well. And for some of you guys, I actually think, because moon reverse can also talk about when things are much more clear for us going forward. And I'm wondering if some of you maybe have a very specific idea in mind about what it is that you're wanting to manifest. And I'm wondering if that clarity that you've achieved around what that is potentially blocking you because your manifestation may show up to you a little bit differently than you realize. That's just for a select few of you. All right, let's see. So let's just get a few more cards for pile number 3. I want to see what other messages of hope and inspiration we can lend to you as you prepare for the new year. So what else should pile 3 know about their new year, 2023? We have peaceful resolution. So the things you're stressed about are going to have a peaceful resolution. I also think through slowing down, you'll be able to find more peace in your situation because you're going to be a little bit more aware and controlled and grounded through it. We have recovery. You know, some of you all might be dealing with something like this. There's a lot of messages here about anxiety especially with the moon too, right? So this slowing down is to help you to recover. You know what I mean? I feel like this is another reason why Spirit is asking you to kind of slow it down a little bit, because this is needed for your healing. This is needed to be able to bring more peace into your life. And maybe with you guys being this Leo energy, this magician energy, I see this as you, my viewer, like being very confident in yourself and kind of wanting to be in the spotlight and wanting to go, go, go. And those things are all really admirable qualities. And at the same time, sometimes we need to, like, there's no shame in just taking some rest. There's no shame in taking it slow, you know, because you want whatever you're creating to be a bit more sustainable over time, especially if there's something that you're needing to heal from right now. So let's see what else we get for pile 3. One more message to close out this reading for 2023. We have ask for help from others. We have romance at the bottom as well. Yeah, so like I feel like with that pride energy with Leo, it's like it's saying don't let pride get in the way. And I think for some of you all, you might actually get help. There's much needed help out there for you if you feel like you need it, especially if you're healing, you're trying to recover from something physically, mentally, spiritually even. If you're not sure how to find your peace, ask for help from others and don't feel like it says anything negative about you and your ability to take care of yourself. We all have moments where we need support. We all have moments where we need help. Leo energy is very generous. I feel like you guys are more like this energy maybe of you're the one that helps others all the time, or people come to you for your generosity and your help. That's a very Leo energy, right? Sometimes it can be hard to receive that from others though, when you're the one that's always the one in charge or the helpful one. I feel like something that's going to help you as you move forward into the new year is to find those people that you trust and be able to accept help from them when you need it. So pile 3, this is a beautiful reading. I would love to hear from you sort of what your plans are for 2023 and how you feel like this message may resonate with those plans. So let me know. If you're not already, please do subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell so that you will be updated whenever I upload the next video, and I will look forward to seeing you there. Bye.